Well, this problem is quadratic in form. That is, we could use the quadratic formula on this, but at the moment it doesn't look like it because usually we would have x squared and then a number times x, a constant, and have it set equal to 0. Well, if we use what's called u substitution, we let u equal whatever the middle term is. Let u equal the square root of x. And then if I square both sides, I would get that u squared is equal to x. And now I substitute these values into this problem so that x gets replaced with u squared. The square root of x gets replaced with u. And the 12 stays itself. And now it's a problem that looks like it can be either factored or use the quadratic formula. I think that I'll use quadratic formula. So it's going to be u is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of negative b squared minus 4 times the a, which is a 1, and the c, which is a 12. And then divide the whole thing by 2 times a. So it's going to be a 7 plus or minus the square root of what? Well, this is a 49, and 4 times 12 is 48. So we've really got 49 minus 48, or 1. And when this happens, that it turns out that the discriminant is a perfect square, that's an indication that actually at this point we could have factored it instead of using quadratic formula. But that's alright, we're almost done. So we've got 7 plus or minus a 1 divided by 2. So two possibilities. U is equal to 7 plus 1 divided by 2, which would be an 8 divided by 2, or 4. Or the other possibility is that u is equal to 7 minus 1 divided by 2, or a 6 divided by 2 is 3. But we're not done yet, because all of this has been for what u is equal to, and the question asks solve for x. So we then need to replace that u is equal to the square root of x. So we've got the square root of x is equal to the answer what we got for u, which is 4, or the square root of x is equal to the other value we got is 3. Now to solve for x, square both sides. X is equal to 16, or x is equal to 9. We should check these answers, so use the graphing calculator as a check. So it's going to be y equals, and always graph the original problem instead of any of these other steps along the way in case we made a mistake along the way. Graph the original. So it's going to be x minus 7, the square root of x, plus 12. And when does that equal 0 means the x-axis. And we got the numbers 16 and 9, so I need to change the window to have it go at least 9 to 16, so maybe something like 5 to 20 should do it. And the y value we're looking for is 0, so maybe negative 5 to positive 5. And let's see there. It looks like there are two solutions. One right in here, an x-intercept, one right in here. I'll zoom in a little bit, make the y values a little bit smaller. Negative 2 to 2, and then we can see. Okay, so are these solutions that we got for x correct? We got x equals 16 and x equals 9. So trace, try a 16. Yes, that one's right. And also a 9. Yep, that's correct also. So both of these are correct.